everybody, live from the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah. It is Pub Table Racers, a very, very special edition. My name's Tim Packman. Warren Brosell can't be with us. He's at the state of Wisconsin on vacation with his family. Joining me today, I'm very honored to have from the garage shop, the owner of, and the team. We've been talking about him for weeks and months, and the Dodge Daytona, the Ford Talladega. He's the driver. Went 200 miles an hour backwards yesterday, went 198 miles an hour today. Forwards the right way. Aaron Brown. Aaron, thanks for being on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Now, as a tradition is, we got to, in tribute to Bobby Allison, we have to have a Miller High Life. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
That is so good, washing out the salt and dust. So usually we talk about the NASCAR stuff and that. Let's talk about our sponsors real quick.
Labware.
We'll get there. Wrong show. nice plug though. Wrong show. Rapid Removal. Call Darren Russell. Have him come by. He's the 20-yard containers. Brings them out on soft tires. Gets rid of anything and everything you need. He'll help you there. Also, RacingJunk.com. They're one of our sponsors. Thanks to you. You put me in touch with them. Buy, sell, trade. They have it all. And the Garage Shop, who's been with us pretty much since the beginning, is a cross-promotion type thing. And I do the hosting of the YouTube channel over there, which has been a blast. And those are our sponsors. And by the way, we are looking for other sponsors. We're fun and we're affordable. Just give me a call. Reach out, Facebook Messenger. We'll be glad to do it. Whoever won at Watkins Glen, congratulations. Aaron.
Nobody cares.
I know, you don't. Aaron, we're in Bonneville, baby. We're in Bonneville.
Yeah.
Holy crow. First, let's start with a trip across the country. We drove from Denver, North Carolina. We left 6 months ago. No, we left
about a year and a half ago.
We left the 28th of, what month was that? July. And today's what? August 10th. Holy crow. And we drove across, and people said, "Oh, you're nuts." I said, "Man, what a beautiful ride it was."
It was, especially when we get into New Mexico.
Yeah.
West Texas was beautiful.
Yep.
Into New Mexico.
Wait. Texas was like forever.
It was
like,
a little bit longer.
We first stopped was Shreveport, then we stopped one night in Texas. 2 nights in Texas?
One night in Texas.
One night in Texas. Somewhere.
Middle.
Colorado City.
Midland. Colorado City.
That's right.
Yep.
And then longest drive in the world going through there. And then we got into Colorado for a little bit, and then we got up into Utah.
Yep.
And when we got into Utah, folks, the scenery was absolutely incredible. And Aaron and I rode together for, 15 hours one day, 10 the next. We didn't kill each other.
No, it was great. We had a great time.
I think I said, wow, oh my God, I don't know how many times. It was just beautiful. First of all, why is the garage shop here in Bonneville Salt Flats?
Well, it all started when I first moved to North Carolina and lived beside Goldie Isaac, which was Bobby's sister, and listening to all those guys, and Kenny Trout, met him when I worked at the Skull Car, and and all those people. I always thought how cool it would be to bring a real 71 car back that we built, with modern stuff underneath. Mm-hmm. And met Vance Kirshner from Labware, and Safety Cleans Involved, Performance Plus Motor Oil, OMP, Gear FX, eBay Motors. There's just a lot of people that got involved that said, man, that's pretty cool. So we built the Daytona, and after we built the Daytona, we had that Talladega Hulk sitting out behind the barn.
Right.
So in order to figure out which one's better, we had to build 2 of them.
Right, so because that's the aero.
Yeah,
right.
So we did that and dedicated it to Donnie Allison, and that went over. That was a
huge surprise for him.
It was huge.
Absolutely.
It was just a major moment. Roush Yates Engines was a big part of that, and they've been a big part of everything that the garage shop does. And Mr. Yates and Jeff Clark and all those guys over there, give us some, all the horsepower we need to do what we need to do with that car. And, the Dodge R6 P8 engines in the Daytona hold their own. And here we are. We made it.
And so we stopped at Spaceport in New Mexico. We forgot about that stop. Beautiful. We stopped at Truth or Consequences for 2 nights, 3 nights, whatever.
3 nights.
Yep, it was a nice place there. Sierra Grande, the Mineral Springs and that. It was a Ted Turner place. We did a takeover there. And with Spaceport, where Richard Branson just made his recent spaceflight history, we tested there for a day, and you got in the Talladega, makes the very first run since we did the changes. And how was that? We think you're like 230.
Yeah, it was around 230.
Just 230 miles.
Didn't touch over a mile.
Right.
I mean, and it was the first time we've put radials back on these cars since 2018. We've been running the Goodyear land speed bias ply, and we ran on the Goodyear radial, the cup tire, and that's been greatly improved, and it was really, really good for us. We got to reconfigure some of our gear ratios because the bias tire grows a little bit more, but we were really happy at that test. Got to drive Vance's Dodge.
Oh, that's right. You got in the Viper.
Yeah.
Went almost 200 in that.
238 in the mile.
You was going fast in spaceport. You ready for? You had to put wings on that. You would say, "Hey, Richard, watch this, Branson."
They said they were like, "Get in and drive it." Well, I
Sure.
don't want to. It's dumb. Get in and drive it. You're gonna like it.
Yeah.
Well, how do you do it? You just let the clutch out and slam it to the floor.
And that's what you did.
And that's what I did, and the car really went fast.
And then we made our way
I think
here.
we went 238 3/4 of a mile. I think is what they said.
That's not bad.
No.
That's good. Spaceport. That's where you're supposed to go fast.
Yeah, it was
and
cool.
take off, but we didn't do that. So we got here. For a lot of us that are here from the garage shop group, myself included, we pulled up Tuesday and we finally got to the Salt. And we pulled out, and there wasn't a lot of people there. We pulled out, and I was trying to think how to describe it. And for a little kid from Buffalo, stepping out of the vehicle onto the Salt, it was like Neil Armstrong-esque moment.
It really is.
'Cause
It's
you're
like
like,
the true center of speed.
Sure.
You can say racing's here. The purest form of motorsports that's left on this planet is right over there on those salt flats.
Right.
You run where you brung, and you just do you race yourself.
Yep.
You know, and that's really what I think motorsports in general is lost.
Right.
I mean, all this spec stuff. Who wants all the same race cars? It's just,
And I'm telling you, you see here, there's a variety. We have roadsters, midgets,
streamliners,
the
pickup trucks.
Carmen, what's it called? The Carmen Ghia.
Yeah,
That
tractor
was it.
trailers.
Pickup tractor. And then these streamliners. Because when you think of Bonneville, to me, that's the streamliners. Those when you see. And some guy went 466 flipping miles an hour today.
They did.
4.6. It was like watching.
Speed
It was
demon.
like, whoa, speed demon, right? It was just like, are you kidding me?
And they make it look easy.
And they made it easy. And then yesterday, you had an adventurous day.
Yeah, it was good.
Tell us about it, Aaron. Tell us what was it like to go 200 miles an hour backwards.
Well, we, I qualified the Dodge. Vance drove my Cup car,
Right.
and he qualified. He did really well. Went all the way up through his licenses, and that's a really good car. It's a real super stable platform. Roush 8's engine. Big power, super easy to drive. And so Vance got his rookie license all taken care of in that car, and then I made I made one pass in the Dodge.
Sure.
I think the first full pass we were only allowed to go to the 2 1/4 because it's new car.
Sure.
That's they don't want you to hurt yourself. So I think we went 2:01 on our qualifying pass on a 175 qualifier. So
Yep.
I knew the car has there's a lot there.
Right.
And then I turned that car over to Vance. And then yesterday morning, I had to qualify the Talladega. And, we like to do stuff with style, be cool. So I thought it would be really cool to go backwards through the timing lights at over 200 with the Ford.
So we were there, and the announcers, whatever they are, they gave them a microphone. I get more information off a roll of toilet paper than I do those
It's
guys.
kind of odd.
Sorry. But they were like, didn't mention you going down. We saw you go down, of course. And all of a sudden they go, oh, flat spin in course 2. We're like, that's us. That's, and I'm like, he said flat spin, so I don't know that was. And, it wasn't like an end over end, which we saw someone do on the first day.
A couple of them.
And, we found out later that when you were spinning, that this little pesky timing and scoring pylon was in the way, and you got rid of that real quick, took that out.
We clocked the clock.
We clocked the clock, and you can see in the in-car, and you can watch on our YouTube channel. And please subscribe to that because, one, you get a lot of great information, a lot of great content that Kevin Mooney puts together. And the stuff we're doing, nobody else is doing.
Well, you guys are doing a really good
appreciate
job
that.
at what you do. I mean, you're bringing it's not reality TV or anything else. It's just the way it is. And really, that's what's cool about it. And I enjoy watching how you guys capture what's going on, and it's the realness of what's happening.
Right.
It could be good or
real,
bad.
We're real TV. No scripts, no cue cards, no, hey, let's do this. It's just like, go talk to Aaron. Let's capture the moment. And yeah, it was pretty exciting. When you went backwards, we're all like, oh, he's okay. And then we saw the in-car, and the one we're behind, as you spin, you can see all of a sudden you're spinning, and then the left front, when you hit the hood comes up on that.
Well, when the course, the guy that was running the course gave us some mediocre information because you're really not allowed to go down and look at the course.
Right.
The day before when I qualified the Daytona, there was a big soft spot, and I hit that at probably 220 before the 3, and it'll slow you. It slows you down, almost throws you through the sea, a little squirrely, and then powered it back up and went through the lights at 201. But so.
He's leaving that little. He was backward. He was looking back at us, waving. As he goes
the
201.
Talladega, I said, well, they ran on the same course, so I'm going to move to the left side of that course
Right.
and try to miss that big soft spot. But I missed it by about 3 feet, and it hooked the right side wheels, and it went left just a little bit. And when it went left, I knew it was going to snap back. So I just knew we were done. We were going to crash. And it did. I kicked it into neutral because I didn't want to blow the motor up,
Right.
spinning backwards.
So we appreciate that.
Yep. I'm sure
Well,
Mr. Yates does
the crew
too.
guys do.
Yeah.
I don't touch the car. You can tell. They let me push it once in a while and wipe it off.
Yeah, so just kicked it into neutral, and the back came around. I think the right rear came. I'm thinking probably a foot off the ground. I thought we were going to blow over, and as it started, then I turned the wheel all the way to the left to help swing the tail all the way around. And that's what I did, and that's why it was such a big. I just kept turning the wheel to scrub off speed, because I didn't want to go. I didn't want to stay backwards because it lifted the car off the ground.
Yeah, you said
You saw it blow the hood off.
You said it got quiet in there.
It did really
Yeah.
quiet. It picked up like this, and and
Settled
that's
down.
when the hood popped off.
Okay.
The hood hinge broke.
Good thing we put them in. Yeah, good thing we had the flaps in there too.
Yeah. So,
right.
well, we didn't have roof flaps.
Oh, that's right, you didn't.
It's
That's
going
right.
to get them, though, I can tell you that.
Yeah, the Daytona
The
does.
Daytona has them.
And so we brought it back, but credit to the garage shop. I mean, you got out and you were kind of smiling. You said, "Sorry, guys," and everyone was so cool and calm. I mean, we're used to NASCAR teams thrashing and jumping in, which I get it because they got to get back out there to maintain laps. But everyone was kind of cool. We put it together, and Brian Cram was in there, and tack welding. Everyone did what they were supposed to do. We got it all done. Said, "Okay, we're good. That's all we can do today."
Is it?
No,
Yeah,
no,
they
no.
got it. They got it fixed back up, put it up on stands, nut and bolted it, knocked the toe out a little bit. Because when we came off the course, we actually ended up on another course, like 3/4 of a mile away.
Yeah, it's kind of like playing golf. You went in the other.
I didn't really know. I didn't know where we were for a minute.
You're in the fairway. But if you watch the in-car camera, which is on YouTube there, if you're watching from the side, Aaron's like this, and also it's like you can see his hands flicker, and the little clean harbors. I say it's a duck. They
It's
say
a
it's
seagull.
a
It's a
little
seagull.
stuffed animal. You can see the tail feather going. So I was watching that, but you're okay, so we can joke about it. Let's go to today.
Yeah.
What we
So,
did
today we went back out. Vance went his first time over 200. He went 204.
204. So what that is? So Vance came here, never raced here before. Never raced.
Very limited runs in that car.
And he did Arkansas.
Yeah.
Did that, and then he came here was it yesterday? No, day before. Yesterday.
Qualified as
He
A license.
became a licensed, so he was a licensed driver at the Bonneville Salt Flats. Pretty cool for him. He was very happy about that.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And I mean that's really a testament to all the guys at the shop that they can build a car to come out here and go 200 miles an hour off the trailer.
Right.
At Bonneville, I mean, a lot of guys really try hard for a lot of years to do that, and comfortably with a rookie driver.
Yeah.
And then your veteran driver
And I
destroys
mean,
the car.
Here's a guy that's 65 years old.
Yeah.
Successful businessman, great guy. Watching him and his excitement, and there's a little kid factor involved. So he was happy about that, but before a run, he's kind of quiet during the run. He kind of walks around, looks a lot. And, you're kind of quiet too. And, we don't talk with you much, but you'll talk and you'll chill. Well, Vance went 204 miles an hour today. So he broke the 200-mile mark. He's in that club, signed his card.
Well, we run the time only because they don't have a class for our
Right,
cars.
yeah.
They're working on that.
Right.
But just to go over 200 at Bonneville is a
Sure.
big achievement.
Yes.
It's not an easy task, especially on stock car tires.
Sure.
It's like driving slick tires in a ring.
But we did one thing. We grooved the tires.
We did
groove the
groove
rear, and then today we did both.
Yeah.
Front and back. And that helped? Did that help?
Yeah, we've been, the first day we all just focused on getting Vance qualified, and then, I've only made a pass or two. Get him a beer
Please.
before he has a heart attack.
I'm not having Let's
He's,
get one here.
he's like a kid with his hand.
I feel like Warren tonight. Thank you.
Right.
Sure. Kevin?
Yes.
It's Kevin Mooney. The camera. He's behind the camera. and this is the guy that makes us look great. Yeah, I can tell why.
Except
he's
for that
fine.
smudge on your lens that you forgot to wipe off. Now you're on camera.
Gotcha. Warren Brosell says, looks good, sounds good. He says you look like a young Dave Marcus. Because of the hat.
Yeah. Dave gave me this hat.
I know he did.
Yeah.
It's signed underneath, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. So and Goodyear's a big supporter of ours.
Sure.
I mean, their engineers, Todd and those guys, really work close with us on the Cup cars for the land speed racing, and they're also working really close with us on the Streamliner that we're building for next year on the tires. And Goodyear's been a big supporter of ours for a long time, and that's the only tire we've ever really run, and I had never seen a reason to go anywhere else.
Sure.
With the kind of support and engineering stuff we get from those guys, it's pretty amazing.
So today you ran as well. You got back in the Talladega.
Yep.
You weren't scared. The left front was tack welded back
Crinkled
together.
up a little bit.
It didn't look pretty, but you know what? You have to look pretty to go fast.
No,
too.
no.
So tell us about your run. You went 198.
Yeah, I wanted to see. I haven't really had a chance
Real
yet.
quick, we got to cheers, Warren.
Hey,
Here's you, Warren, buddy.
I'm trying to be you, Warren.
What's going on, Team Penske?
How's them pop rivets going?
Wow.
Love you, buddy. So,
Do you need a cowl?
oh yeah, Warren, your airbox lid works awesome. It does. What is wrong with you?
You made me laugh. You give him crap, and then you oh yeah, by the way, your
Yeah,
airbox worked
airbox lid worked out
good.
great.
Cheers. Warren says cheers. Go ahead. We were talking about your run today. You got back in the Ford Talladega.
I wanted to run through the 5 to see what kind of consistent course we
Sure.
had.
Yep.
Because the course 1 is always better because the salt's thicker. It's
Right.
in the center of it.
Well, they moved it today a little bit. Didn't
Yeah,
they?
they'll move it over, and they'll move it over
Sure.
again tomorrow. So I just wanted a good, consistent run because we have, you crash the car, you really forget everything the car did except for why you crashed it.
Right.
And that problem with that other course, it was really, really good until it wasn't.
And when it wasn't, it was kind
And
of
when
quick.
it wasn't, it
was quick.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
It was. And I think 10 or 12 people crashed in that same spot.
Well, when we say
yesterday.
crash, we should say they spun.
Well,
or
there was a few helicopter.
Right,
I think
yeah.
three helicopter rides yesterday.
Okay.
And
We
get
got it.
well to our friend Lloyd and Gary and his
Yeah,
guys. He
yeah, he
rolled
had
his
bad
ripped
crash
the
first.
whole body off that
That
cup
thing
car.
just tumbled. And,
Yeah, and that one blew over. They had another one.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of them. There was quite a few wrecks.
So let's talk about that. So you go out there and you're like, yeah, we talk about the fun and the great, and yeah, the Bobby Isaac and the Donnie Allison car, but there's a danger. I mean, when you're sitting in that car and you're looking down the line, you're like, I'm going to hit the gas, and you don't know what's going to happen.
I'm not worried about it. Those cars were built by some of the best guys in the business, guys from DEI, Joe Gibbs, all
Right.
those places. There's 25 people at the garage shop, and they're all at the top of their game. I mean, the only thing I was worried about when I thought I was going to blow that thing over was, damn it, I got to build another one.
And we don't have the stuff here, right?
Yeah, and I hope Kevin gets this. This is going to be cool.
As long as you're okay, that was our big fear.
I'm not worried about it in those cars.
No
None,
fear,
None.
really.
Zero.
Advance is the same way.
They're safe cars.
Yeah.
I mean, they're built to current Cup specs,
Yep.
the cockpits.
Right.
They have Hendrick carbon seats in them.
Yep.
I mean, it has all the right stuff. I think you'd really have to you'd have to want to hurt yourself. I don't even know how you do it.
Right.
Maybe run off the end of the salt flats into the mountain or something.
Well, and that's the other thing is you're going like that mountain. I would call it Oak Mountain if it was me, because if you're getting closer to that, you're having a
It's a target.
Yeah, it's a
No,
target.
it's really cool because when you're spinning,
yeah. You
see it.
You said you saw it.
and then you see it again, and the third time I saw it in the windshield, I just pulled the chute. That way it
There
wouldn't
it
get
is.
tangled up.
There it is again.
There
There
it
it
is.
is.
Boom.
I'm gonna get it now.
You got the chute now.
But when you pulled the chute, did it come back around you, or was it just the way that
No,
the wind?
because I knew the magic or floating
Okay.
mountain was in front
Right.
of us.
What's it called?
Floating mountain.
Okay, got
Because
it.
it sits out there and floats.
Floats
or
because of
whatever
the
it
haze
does.
and
Yeah,
everything.
kind of.
Alright.
I don't know.
Good name for it, floating mountain.
Yeah, but if you see it in the windshield, you're definitely that's the direction you were going.
Right.
So that's the direction you're still going.
Got it.
So when you see it in the windshield, pull the parachute.
Got it.
Then it won't get tangled up in the car.
Warren just said Earnhardt drove one after it was on its lid.
Yeah,
There you go.
we'd have banged it out and gave it a
That's
shot.
good. Clements and Warren are having a conversation about beer and bucket list and Miller High Life. The guys are over there watching. Tell me about the garage shop team. Just tell me. I mean, you, myself, Brian Cram, Tim Clements, we all worked at DEI together. Almost 20 years ago. Glory years, great times there. We have guys that worked at Robert Yates. We have other guys. We have guys that are 60. We have guys that are 23.
I mean, over the core group, I think, is 10 to 12, and overall, between logistics and the new IT department and the engineering department and all the stuff we're doing now, I think we're hovering around 20, 25 people. 25 people that are involved in the day-to-day operations at the garage shop. We have a couple other business interests going. With you guys, we have an interest in Zaya Productions, along with Vance Kirshner and Kevin Mooney. And we also have a big interest in the engineering department that we just started. We bought a Spintron. We just bought a new Penske shock dyno. So we're moving up to do some pretty neat stuff there. Those guys are pretty much, that engineering program's building the Streamliner.
The what?
The Streamliner.
We're building the Streamliner? Yeah. I didn't know that. I was going to ask if you want to talk about that. So the goal, let's just talk. Tell them you're building the Streamliner.
We're building a Streamliner. 3,500 horsepower, 450 mile an hour.
450 mile an hour. Who's going to drive that?
I'm not.
I'm not. Not me. 200, 230, good.
The stock cars, no.
So we have to find a test pilot.
If there's any volunteers out there, come on.
Real quick, if any of you have any questions right now about Bonneville and the garage shop and what's going on out here, now's the time to ask them. We got you here, and we'd love to hear your questions, because Pub Table Racing is coming live from the Bonneville Salt Flats. You have to wait a year for that to happen, and I've noticed, like, we do the daily posts and updates, and people are following. And you say you don't do it for everybody. Look at what we're doing, but there is such an interest, and I know you don't see all of it, but it's pretty cool that we're out here. And I was a lucky little kid from Buffalo. I mean, I had my salt intake. I'm good to probably 2024, and my voice is like I took up smoking around it. Not complaining, but it's kind of cool to be out here, and to have an experience for all these guys that worked in racing. I don't say they didn't have a home, but I don't say the sport left them, but they moved on. And
the sport moved on past Craftsman.
Right.
It really did, and what we do at the garage shop is try to give those guys a home where they can still build quality pieces that get used and beaten and wrecked when their driver guy wrecks them.
Oh, you saw that? Sorry.
Repetitive. I've been bad on wrecks this year. Modified. Cars.
Maybe it's a sign, but go ahead.
I'm glad this year's almost over.
Okay, perfect.
But all those guys, they all bring something a little different to the table, and it's like family. It really is. It's not. There's nobody with an agenda.
Right.
They all do their thing, and I'm just kind of like a cruise director.
Really?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say more like the captain.
Well.
Yeah, come on. You are, and it's okay. It's good. You do it well.
I like my guys to get the accolades for what they accomplished. Because what they accomplished today was pretty good to bring two cars. And there's more speed in those cars. We just need to, we got to figure them out, and we got to ease Vance into it. There's some stuff on that Talladega to figure it out. It's got plenty of power. We're working on the aero side of it. And the big thing is the guys, some people out here within the organization don't like stock cars. And
in the SCTA.
In the SCTA.
Right, not our group, yeah.
So we're working through that to try to prove that these are a viable vehicle for an entry-level racer to come out and enjoy and be safe and have a good time.
Sure.
So there's
one fly in the desert and it found you. Beautiful.
And that's coming, and the garage shop's working really tight with the SCTA on creating that class.
Which is good, because they said, they're working to create a class for next year. So it'd be great if you and the garage shop, and with the input that they're seeing and everything, to create something like that. I mean,
right, because next year we're bringing a Streamliner and a Roadster. Since the Roadster, the purist guys don't like us. We figured the best way...
You got to bring the stock cars back. We got to
Well, I figured the best way for the Roadster guys to really like us if we build a Roadster and come out here and race with them.
Sure.
And see if they'd rather have the stock cars come back.
And then you kick their ass, go, you bring your stock cars back now. Question from Jim Packman. Yep, my brother. Lives like in the state that's about a half mile away, Nevada. On Aaron's drive back to North Carolina, what would need to happen at Bonneville to put the biggest smile on Aaron's face? Your face. What would need to happen here to be happy?
I'm really happy right now. I mean, these guys accomplished an amazing goal. They built both these cars in less than a year.
Right.
They're uberly competitive for being big tired stock car on slushy salt. and just to be here with my friends and family. I mean, that's the most important thing to me. I think I really won't have a big smile until we get everybody home safe.
Right.
And, you know, we restructure for the fall, you know, for Arkansas, and we got SEMA coming up and PRI. And
so let me touch upon that. So this isn't just like, hey, we're doing Bonneville and we're going away. We're taking what we've done and we're taking it to SEMA and PRI, and we're marketing what we're doing to other people to say, hey, what's going on?
Well, what gives us that ability is all the really great partners we have that support the garage shop in these corporate marketing programs, whether it's the FJ Project 39, the Streamliner with Vance, and it's a very affordable way to get involved in grassroots motorsports on a pretty solid platform.
So Warren asked me if these shorts come in men's. Zip it, Smurf.
I read my mind.
I threw these on because I was trying to get ready for the show. That's okay.
I was thinking more garanimals.
Hey man, don't knock them. Giraffe, elephant, giraffe.
Obviously, you got a panda bear and an elephant.
Elephant.
They don't. That doesn't go together.
That's okay. Hey, you know what? It's not about how you look out here, right? It's how fast you go, how it is. Warren says start a new class. So we were talking about.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about, Warren.
Real quick, he says, I got to help on something on that. Well, guess what, buddy? Why don't you help out a little bit and come out? Could you imagine Warren out here with us?
That'd be fun.
That'd be fun. It'd be hysterical. Oh, here comes one of our crew chiefs.
Yeah, here comes our crew chief engineer.
So we got some more questions. So, yeah, he wants to help on that. So, any questions, bring them. We're in Bonneville Salt Flats. It's going to be another year before you get this from Pub Table Racers. So, when we do go to like the SEMAs and the PRIs, what is our goal? What is it you're looking to do when we go there?
It's a multi-purpose thing. My favorite part of that deal is when people come up, hey, my uncle had one of those cars. You know, I got one I'm fixing up, or, you know, we did this part of an off-road trip, or I had a 39 Ford. And you get to engage with these people and hear their stories.
Yeah.
And hear where they came from and what they're doing. And we, over the years of doing all those corporate shows, you know, for the last 10 years, we've met so many wonderful people. You know, to me, it's the people. I like engaging with the people and talking to people and, you know, going to dinner, drinking beer.
We had a moment today where a guy brought out his, Sean, brought out his Dodge Daytona.
Oh, that was great, yeah.
So what year was his? Was it?
This is his 69.
69, just like we have. And he brought...
Red, too.
Red, and yes. And he brought out this little...
Yeah, Bobby's...
It had on it said 1969 NASCAR Grand National Series competitor license. Set on the back, and we opened it up, and it was Bobby Isaac's NASCAR license from 1969, signed by him.
Yep, sure was.
And it was like, I mean, I got goosebumps holding it, and a bunch of other people. You saw it, and it was just a really cool moment that he actually brought this out. He said, "Hey, I want you guys to see this." You know, I mean, that's when you know that people are. You say touching people's lives, changing people's lives. People are seeing this, going, "Oh my God, I want to show this to these guys." And we've had so many people stop and take pictures and share stories about their cars back in the day.
Yeah, and it's fun to hear those stories because those stories are dwindling pretty soon. You know, the guys that owned those cars when they were new, those stories are going to be gone.
And the biggest thing is, man, I never wish I would have got rid of my. And you're like, well,
I wish I never would have sold that.
So hold on to it. Warren asks, how fast is your goal this year?
Fast as we can go.
Fast as we can go.
Right now, it's all based on course conditions. You know, we got off to a little bit of a late start getting, you know, Vance qualified, but that's what I planned on doing.
We had that all set. That's why we brought it.
And that's all set. So we got, you know, we had some good runs today. Some you know, Vance went 204. I went 198 or 199, but I held it at 200. You know, through the 5 mile, went the whole way and just kind of checked out the course and learned some stuff about the throttle response and the chassis, and we made a bunch of changes. Our car was on jack stands and theirs wasn't. So
yeah, I saw that. Oh, by the way, so the Aero Wars that took place back in 69, 70, they started over again today because Aaron went 198 in the Ford and Vance went 204 in the Dodge. And first thing Aaron says is, well, your car's on jack stands, what's going on? And it's like saying, you're going to get to work on that? Or are you going to like sit on your laurels for what happened today? But you guys were talking back and forth and you were happy for him. But the best thing, you turn and says, I'm coming for you. And he goes, bring it. I was like, wow, this is good. You guys are so close, but the Air Wars are back again.
Well, the big thing was I was half asleep through that run because I wanted to take a nap.
Should we just tell people? We got in line at 8:20 this morning. We ran at
2 o'clock.
No.
Was it later? It was like 2:30, 3 o'clock.
2:50.
We were in line for 7 hours.
2:52. Yeah, 6.
It was like a full work
like
day
6 hours. Yeah, we were out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in line. You're just sitting, and you're on the salt. And I'm not complaining, but the sun's coming down, and it reflects up, so you're like
baking.
But it's 86 degrees, but the humidity's 13%. So it's not like you're dying, but
it gets old.
Yeah, it gets old, but it's part of what it is. But you get to see so many cool cars go too. But once you finally get up there and go, it's at the end you forget about it because it was so worth it.
Well, those guys twiddle-dinked around with their shocks or something.
Who did?
The Dodge Boys.
Oh, the Dodge Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the name. That's the name they came up with themselves, the Dodge Boys.
Oh, is that what they did?
Yeah, so we're the Dodge Boys. That's what they call
We're
themselves.
going to call them the Lost Boys tomorrow.
Oh, listen to here it goes. All right, real quick. If any of the garage shop guys, I know you're over there watching across the other side of what's it called? Gooberville here?
Yeah.
Our compound? It's huge.
Gooberville.
We have about 12 campers
Yeah.
up here? Yeah. Come on over. We want you guys to get in the background here and join us here. And I'm sure Tim and Spuds and whoever over there, just come on over. We can bring you on. Make it a group thing, right?
Yeah.
Come on over. Let's see. I'm waiting to see the dust
Oh,
kick
wait, this train wreck.
up. Yeah, but it's a fun train wreck, so that's good. And this whole thing started because you made a promise to Bobby Isaac's family 25 years ago.
I did. I thought the right thing to do was to always make sure that he was remembered.
Yep.
His sister Goldie loved him to death, and that Bobby meant the world to her. And I promised her.
She meant the world to you too, right?
She did. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for her, I'd have been still living in my car. You know, making $200 a week, Jiffy Lube or wherever it was.
Now look at us. But you made a promise that you said one day you're going to go break those records again.
Yep, and
Set by Bobby Isaac. But real quick, back up. The reason Bobby Isaac brought that car out here was because NASCAR said no more.
right.
So he outlawed it. They outlawed it. So he's like, "What do I do with this car?" So he brought it to Bonneville Salt Flats.
And then they almost outlawed our car here.
Right, and then right. So
That
here we
thing's
are.
cursed.
So it was 50 years
50
later.
years ago.
50 years that Dodge Daytona touched upon the salt, and there was a very poignant, emotional video we shot with you, and the way you did it, and you kind of touched the car, and it's amazing how you can have a vision and put it together, and it became reality.
And you don't realize it's coming to reality along the way.
Right.
It kind of hits you all at one time.
When you're sitting here.
Because there's so many moving pieces at the garage shop, you know, with all the different, you know, little companies we got going on and the different projects and the people and the growth.
Right.
You really never have time to go, wow, this is pretty cool.
Right, but we got here and like we took the cars, unloaded them, we just kind of pushed them out on the salt because we had to set up our pit area. And it's like the car's just sitting out there by itself. And it was like it was reconnecting. It was like, I mean, it's just a car. Don't ever tell me it's just a car, because you people name your cars and you're emotional about your cars. But it sat out there, and it was just sitting in this beautiful sun and the backdrop of the mountains and everything. And it was just cool to have that. 50 years later, they were reconnecting. It wasn't the same car, but it was the same essence. The spirit was there.
And I mean, we followed through with what we said we were going to do, and if we don't get the speeds we want here, we'll come back with them next year.
Darn. I hate to do that again.
I mean, you know, we've done so much asphalt stuff, and you know, we didn't make it out last year with the stock car, but you know, because of COVID.
Yeah.
And you know, none of our partners or friends and family could travel, so we just canceled that trip.
That's fine.
But we've been doing all, you know, we kept our asphalt program going, and you know, so getting the salt program and all that stuff refreshed in your brain, it just doesn't happen in like 5 minutes. So,
yeah, Kevin Moody, if you're watching, Mooney, go get some of those guys and bring them over. We want to share the wealth of who does all this. You know, we got time. It's good. Would you say a shit show? Is what you call it? Or the circus? What'd you call it?
Sideshow circus.
Yeah, that'd be fun. The circus. I said shit show. Sorry, I told you.
I
not to
never swear like that. That's horrible. There's little kids that
Dude,
watch
you
this
are
thing.
our videos, the stuff you people don't see, bleep, bleep, bleep. You know, Kevin, he edits you really good in there. Clever. That's okay. That's who you are. I get it.
I can't believe you would say that.
Well, did I hurt your feelings?
No.
I don't think so. You don't have
Nobody
any.
cares.
Nobody cares. Be kind. So where do we go from here? What happens next?
Well, we get, you know, just finish out the week here and see.
Real quick. Mikey Rout goes, "How's my fender on the Torino?"
Gone.
Gone. Mikey Rout also worked at DEI.
Yeah.
Did all that thing.
He might need to come up to shop next week.
Yeah. Warren is on his third high life. I know he's lying because it's
It's usually like 8 by now.
8:30 out there. He's totally full of it. So yeah, your fender's gone. Thanks, Mike. Okay, I'm sorry. What's next for the garage shop?
We go home. It'd take 2 or 3 weeks to clean all this stuff up and get it. We have to completely change all the setups for the concrete stuff out at Arkansas. And after Arkansas, we're going to...
So when's Arkansas?
First week in November. Or
October. And what goes on there?
The mile and the mile and a quarter. Okay. I don't know. Depending on how we do here, you never know. We might put them back in the trailer and come back here. And with what we learned there, why tear them all apart?
There's no way you're going to sit still with those cars.
What's what I said? We might bring them back here.
That's what I meant. I meant for a year. Oh, in October.
Yeah.
What's out here in October?
World Finals.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry.
Way cooler.
I am new to all this Bonneville Salt
World
Flats.
Finals.
Yeah.
So maybe we bring 2 cars back out for that.
Well, what's it like for you to see how these other guys on the team, a lot of the first timers out here, are like just in wonderment?
I like it. It kind of excites me a little bit. Right. I mean, this isn't one of my favorite racetracks.
Why?
Because I don't like putting in tech jail.
You did that too.
Yeah. All I've done this week is play bail bondsman.
Do what?
Play bail bondsman.
Oh yeah, because we all got in trouble a little bit there. Sorry, I had to.
Everybody got in trouble. Even they got in trouble. It was like we did. Like I don't even know where all that.
Even the drone guy almost got in trouble.
The drone guy almost got in trouble
because but he went and showed him. He goes, "Oh, that was close. Get over here, Mooney. Get those guys over here. Get them. What are they all doing? What are they doing over there?"
They're.
I know. Bring them over.
Oh, everybody.
Yeah. Well, get Spuds and whoever wants to come over.
Yeah, get Spud. Spud is very entertaining.
Yeah.
Go get Spud
grab one of
and
those
tell him
guys.
to come over here.
I'm just checking our wireless here.
Checking the wireless. Just checking the wireless. We're still on. Watch this. See, hand.
Interruption.
No, we're good.
Go get Spud.
Go get some of the guys.
Tell him to bring a chair. We'll do a group interview.
Oh yeah. Grab Spud.
Grab some chairs and tell him Spud to come over.
Whoever wants to come over.
He can do his modeling poses.
I'll tell you. So we have guy that's 23 years old.
Yeah.
And his name's I don't know. Chris Patton.
I don't know.
Baton, whatever.
Nobody
Call him
cares.
Spuds. Nobody cares. But he's 23 years old, and he came here from White Oak, North Carolina. Was a pig. Lived on a pig farm. Wanted to get into racing. He had a couple little gigs. He ended up at a O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Something like that.
Auto parts store. And garage shop guys kept coming in. He goes, "Hey, what do you guys got going on over there?" And he said, "Hey, you guys hiring?" And they said, "Well, come on over." And he interviewed with you, right?
No, he interviewed with Spencer and Tony. I showed up one day and he was like standing in the corner. I was like, "Who's that guy?"
Yeah.
We got Brian and Spud.
There we go.
Go get a chair, Spud.
No, you guys. If they stand, they're good.
Yeah.
We'll get them in there. We'll get. No, you're good. That's fine. Okay.
Get a dust
Okay.
going.
Come on. All right. We're talking about Spuds. Gets hired from a auto. So this is. You guys are here.
This is the
Spuds.
enemy. You can tell by the shirt.
Yeah,
Says
it's the
Dodge.
enemy to you, and that's your ally.
Friend.
This is Brian Quinn. Brian, we work with the Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. He's the crew chief on the Ford. Hey, you guys are perfect. And the Dodge guys. So, Spuds, what's this mean to you at 23 years old to be here? We've talked about this.
I mean, it's a lifelong dream kind of thing. You know, for me, I'm just, you know, Aaron gave me this wonderful opportunity, and with Vance and all the partners that we have, to be able to do what we get to wake up and do every day is a dream for me. So
Tell those people there. I know that.
Oh.
Tell those people.
All right, the corporate crap's really cool. Strike a pose.
you want it?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, strike a pose.
You want it? What you
Yeah.
want? Okay.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Okay. So
That's the fun.
That's Spuds.
these white pants make it look real good.
Being here, we've been here for like a week now. 6
I don't
months.
know.
6 months a week.
A year.
What's
They already got
it
posters
been
up
like
for
for you?
this race.
What's it been like?
It's so fun. I mean, to be able to be a part of the build and building the Talladega and the Daytona and come out here and just enjoy our time together. Not only, like, the business stuff's one thing, but we have so much fun. It's just a group of guys with the same mindset that we come out here and we bust our ass and we get shit done. So it's been time in my life.
If you get shit done, why wouldn't that Dodge on jack stands today like that Ford?
Oh boy, here we
The Dodge went faster.
Also, you think it's going to be just as fast tomorrow?
Oh, he's good
Oh,
to
I
go.
know.
He thinks.
go. See, folks, the arrow wars
said, you
are
know,
getting
arrow
started
wars.
all over again, and you're
Yeah,
listening to
I
it right
said,
behind
you
you.
know, he comes up gloating a little while ago, walks up, "Oh, that Ford ain't gonna run. I got a problem with that." And I said, who the hell can't make a car go fast with a wing on it? Try taking that wing off and see what she runs like. We got a wing up the trailer. You needed to pull it out. We'll pull it out.
Listen, if y'all want to bolt the wing up the Dega, that's on you.
We don't need that
No, we
wing.
don't need no wing.
All right.
It's coming by.
All right, so Brian, the three of us worked together, Dale and I Incorporated back in the day, the glory years. You were on the number 18 with Dale Jr. A lot of glory like that. How does that compare to that a little bit?
Well, this is just like more for fun. You know, that was a good time, and I wouldn't trade any of the life lessons that came along with it. But this here is more for fun, you know, and yeah, there's a lot of responsibility with the sponsors that we have to make sure that we, you know, perform for them. But we really do it for a good time, and to do it with this group of guys, I mean, it's been a blast.
And like, we had our moments, our 500s. Who's joining us now? We have who's this? Tony?
T-Dog.
T-Dog. Tony.
T-Dog.
This is Aaron's son, Tony Brown. He's joined us.
CFO.
He's the CFO, Chief Financial Officer.
Logistics.
All right,
Logistics.
We got the fast driver.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
We got the fast driver.
Come on, Wheelman.
Here's the
Lean in,
fastest
lean in.
man of the day.
All right,
Come on in.
here's the guy we've been talking about, Vance. Come right around here, Vance. Vance Kirshner of Labware. He is the wheelman. He is the guy that was it yesterday. Woke up yesterday, had his license, got licensed to be a driver at Bonneville, and today he joined the 200-mile-an-hour club. Vance, what was it like? Share it with us. You've had a couple hours to reflect on that.
What was it like to join the 200-mile-an-hour club?
Yeah.
They didn't let me in.
Okay. What was
That's
it like?
because you abused the rookie teacher.
All right. You signed your card today for the 200-mile-an-hour thing, right?
No. This is
I have I
License.
signed my Class A racing license.
Okay.
But they said, well, you didn't fit in the class, so you don't get to get your hat.
So you got a speeding ticket.
That's
now
why
he's-
we're building a roadster.
All right. All
Like I
right.
said, he's the only man that can get a speeding ticket at a land speed.
How do you get a speeding ticket at the Salt Flats?
Right. Okay. Let me just rephrase it. What was it like to go 204 miles an hour at Bonneville today? How's that?
No, it was awesome. And the reason it was awesome is because obviously, you know, we've all been planning and thinking and doing all the stuff we need to do to get these cars here. And that's kind of the threshold where now you're actually doing something real. You know, it doesn't really count so much until you get there is a starting point. And so it felt really good. You know, the wheel speed would indicate we would be doing 220, but it was slipping in so much that, you know, it was just 204. So it's traction limited, and you have to drive the thing, you know. So I felt good that I was able to get her down there without having too many perturbations. It was felt good.
So is your confidence built up as we go out there tomorrow? Like, okay, I know I can do this. Now you want to do better, right?
Yes.
That's it. I thought so. Behind me here is Gunny. What's his real name?
Mike.
No. His dad's
I've lost my first name.
That's fine. Mike, that's
Mike, me
good.
too.
He is a retired military in the U.S. Marines. How many tours in Afghanistan?
One Afghanistan, one Iraq.
Okay. Well, thank you for your service.
Shop foreman.
Shop foreman. Thank you. I was getting to that. What's this like being in the military now? You're out here playing with race cars in Bonneville. What's that like for you?
Oh, I mean, it's amazing. It's a childhood dream.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
He used to have guys he worked for that listened, and now he's got a bunch of guys that can't get to listen to him.
No, that's a good thing.
I
Right.
mean,
So
the Dodge
were you
team
in
is
charge of
fun.
anything when you were in the military, or what was your rank when you left?
I retired as a gunnery sergeant, which is the E7 in the Marine Corps.
Okay. So you had guys that had to listen to you here, there, right?
Right, I mean, it's a different ball game.
So
Yeah,
now
but
that-
but it's still take no prisoners.
right.
Yes, sir.
That's good. All right. Appreciate it. Hey, gang, great job. Wally McCarty says, thank God someone on the team is keeping up the tradition. Warren Brosell, MHL to be. I'm not going to have to talk about that. Wally wants to know where the bucket of beer is. Wally, if I brought that bucket of beer out here, that
We
we
need
used
a
in the
dump
show,
truck.
we need
I
a
think
dump.
it's empty.
It would have been turned over like crazy. What time you got there, Kevin?
6:45.
Perfect. Hey, everybody. Say hi to the Garage Shop guys. Say hi to the Pub Table Rakers crowd real quick.
What's up, everybody?
Aaron Brown, thank you for coming on. Vance, thank you for everything. All you guys. This has been pretty cool. Lifetime experience for a lot of us.
No, it absolutely is. And I got to thank Aaron
Oh,
because
sure. Let's all cheers. I'm sorry.
No, come on.
Go ahead.
One
You
big
go.
old happy
I wouldn't be able to be here having this experience if it wasn't for the fact that you built those machines. And
We built them.
well, I didn't.
Aaron,
We all did.
The garage shop.
Yeah, it's a garage shop.
Right. That's what he means by you.
Yeah, the garage shop. So no, that's super amazing. I mean, it's
We
they're
feel the
real.
love.
They
Now the
work.
cast is rated R.
No, we're good. Tell you what, guys, let's go get some more speeds. How about that? Want to go faster tomorrow?
Pin the mirrors
We
back
are
before
going
they
faster.
read.
No, we are going faster.
It's
Tomorrow.
not a matter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
we're going
You
faster.
know who's going faster?
Who's going to go faster? Hey, Ford guy, you going faster tomorrow?
We're going faster tomorrow.
Dodge guy.
This
We're
guy's
going
Yeah, you
faster
can go
than they're
199.
faster.
Did he say something? I thought he said something.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Hero Wars have restarted in 2021 at Bonneville Salt Flats, courtesy of the Garage Shop.
Ford's
Thanks-
number one.
Thanks for,
No,
thanks-
Dodge.
thanks for-
Dodge.
thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. I'll be
That's
back.
gonna go
I'll be
fast.
back in the studio next
Round
week.
six.
Slower. Number
Blue
one.
oval.
Blue oval.
Who's the fastest man today?
Right here.
Dodge.
Day's over, son.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Appreciate
I've got
it.
5 hours left to torture you.
Exactly.
Wow. Hey, another great show.
Great
Thank you
show.
so much, everybody,
Yep.
for tuning
Enjoyed
in.
it.
We appreciate it. We do this every Tuesday night, and Warren, I think the guests we've had have been fantastic.
Phenomenal.
And the people that are following us, we appreciate it. We're reaching 42,000 people a month. Can you believe that? And we appreciate you watching. And
Right. We're having fun. Hope everybody else enjoys it.
that's it. And it's just a fun show. Bucket of beer, guys sitting around talking about it. So keep tuning in. We appreciate it. Check out our store and everything. But we appreciate you people, and we will see you next week. Right, my friend?
Yes, sir.
All right. See you next week.